this is Dr. Fashion. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about how to start a business. So no matter what it is that you do, this information that I will be sharing in this video can be applied to you. Now, recently I made a post in my community tab where you guys voted on my next video, and this happened to be one of them. So if you want to cast your vote for my next video, make sure you go ahead to my community tab and put your vote in. Now, once again, I will be sharing the basic information that you will need to get started with your business. And if you stick around, I will share information on how you can get funding for your business, especially if you're just getting started, okay? So I'm gonna get right into it, but before I do, also make sure you subscribe. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, just go ahead and subscribe there with that red button, and also make sure you tap onto the bell so that you do not miss an upload. Now, I do have my notes here because I wanted to make sure that I do not miss a beat, and I wanted to highlight some important things in this video that's going to help you when starting your business. Now, let's get right into it. Now, if you're getting started with your business, you want to make sure you do your market research. And oftentimes what I find is when people are getting started, they don't do their research. And oftentimes they end up failing because they did not do the proper research. So no matter what it is that you do, something you need to ask yourself is, one, what is the profitability for what it is that I want to do for my business? Two, what are people actually searching for? Okay, so as a business, you need to think, what problems can you solve and how can you cater to those buyers, those potential buyers? One tool that I like to use is called Google Trends. So if you go to trends.google.com, it's a free site that you can use to get some data. And one thing I'm really big on is understanding what the consumers are looking for, whether it's a product or a service. I'm always trying to solve a problem, but I'm also thinking of ways where I can make something that perhaps already exists in my space better, right? So go to trends.google.com. I love it because, for one, it's free. Hello. So what I love about Google Trends is it allows you to see what people were searching for in the last 5 hours, the last 5 days, and the last 5 years. And this is all free data for you. So make sure you check that out. There's a lot that you can do on there, but once you kind of play around with it for yourself, you'll be able to find that information. So really kind of just use what's free before you start investing in other types of tools where you could do market research. The other thing will be to write a business plan. What I have seen, because I have a whole digital marketing agency where we work with creators and entrepreneurs, and what happens is a lot of people jump into a business with no plan. Okay, so whatever business it is that you're doing, having a plan is pretty crucial, right? You just can't wake up and be like, okay, I'm gonna do this today. We need to have it documented and have a plan. And another reason why it's important to have a business plan is if you are applying for grants or funding, most companies, lenders, and even investors would need to see a plan. They're not just gonna give you $100,000 with no plan. They need to see it, and it needs to be on paper. So that would be something to think about. Start thinking about the cost. What is the startup cost going to be for you when you are starting this business? What are some of the materials and things that you would need? How much would you need to spend for marketing? All this stuff needs to be in your plan and need to be documented. The next will be funding for your business. So once again, that kind of goes back into your plan. Once you understand what it is that you need for your business, then this is where you can start applying for funding, which I will get into a little bit later. I hope you guys are taking notes because all of this stuff will be super crucial to your success with your business. This is the basic information, but still very, very important as you're getting started. Now, the other thing would be the type of business that you plan to have. For me, I have an online business, okay? And we also have a physical space, but some people just want to stick to online. So if that's what you want to do, just start thinking about the type of structure that you want for your business, even the legal entity. So for my company, we are an LLC, right? As an LLC, that allows me to have legal protection where my assets are protected in a sense, right? So these are some things to kind of look into, like you got your sole proprietor, you have your LLC. So sole proprietor doesn't give you much protection if you are solo dolo. So what happens is, in any case where somebody wants to sue you, they can take your assets, your house, your cars, everything that you pretty much work hard for. There are insurance that you can get, but it only protects you to a certain extent. As an LLC, it's kind of like having a separate person. So let's say I had a little one, right? Or a little twin or a clone. It's separated from me and it's not attached to what I have going on. I hope that makes sense. Totally separate, right? So that's why the most common business entity you will find is like a LLC for most people. Now, there are different other ways where a LLC, because you probably heard like S Corp, C Corps, and all that stuff. But I have an LLC, but we are taxed as an S Corp. And that is if you are in a certain tax bracket, meaning your business is bringing in a certain amount of revenue. So for my company, we make over $100,000 plus every year. That's beneficial to us being taxed as an S Corp because of the income that we are bringing in, right? So these are some things that you would need to talk to with your CPA or your tax consultant, because I am not a licensed tax consultant. However, I have a team of tax professionals that I work with and that I provide for my clients so that they understand what is the best, for one, the best business structure, and also understanding the breakdown of the different types of business entity. The other thing would be to choose your business name. So even before you get your business registered, you need to understand what the name is going to be. And what I have found is, it kind of sucks though, but nobody talks about it quite often. But if you register your business, make sure that it's not already taken or trademarked in a way. So if you want to see if that business is trademarked or the name, go to the uspto.gov site, and that will allow you to do a trademark search. Now, there are lawyers that would do a deep dive for you because they have a system that will allow you to find stuff beyond the uspto.gov. But that is the main site where federal trademarks happen, where you can see if a name is taken. I will also suggest doing a Google search on the World Wide Web, also checking social media, checking people's domains. All of that would be super crucial, because what you don't want to do is put money into this brand and this business and this cool name and not even own it. And you don't want to get hit with a cease and desist letter. That would suck, okay? And I've seen it happen quite often where people put a lot of money into this brand and then they don't own it, for one, the name, and then they have to change it later. So I make sure, even for my YouTube channel, you can look right now, I have a trademark for it. Hello, trademark. And then I also have it for my businesses. So that would be something to look into. Make sure that you protect yourself at every angle, and to make sure that the name is not taken. So once you do register your business, it does protect you on a state level. But once again, if somebody has a trademark, then you don't want to get hit with any legal problems in the future. The other thing, I kind of want to touch back on getting your business registered. If you go to your Secretary of State site, you can actually do this on your own, and I'm going to tell you why. I know people get scared about the process of getting like a business registered, whether it's an LLC or a corporation of some sort, but you can definitely do it on your own, and it's actually pretty simple. So once you go to your Secretary of State, like for me, right now I'm on the computer. If I go type in on Google, Secretary of State and then California, it will lead me to the SOA, which stands for Secretary of State.ca.gov, which is secretaryofstate.com, california.gov. So you may want to do a Google search to see which one is it for your business or your state, so that you can get your business registered. Now, once you're on the state, usually what you'll find is at the bottom of the website, it'll have like an 800 number or email where you can contact them and get some guidance. And this is why I say it's not hard, because you have the resource and the help, and it's free help on the website. So what I have found with people that I've worked with that are my clients, before they met me, they spent tons of money getting their business registered when they could have did it themselves, because it's basic information. So they spent money on like a third party service that does the legal work for them, as far as like getting the LLC, and they realized, oh my God, I could have did this on my own, and now they are out of like $500 or $1,000+ because they had somebody else, do it. Now, I guess if you don't want to do it and you have the money, by all means, you are free to do what you want with your coins. However, just know that you have free resources right through your Secretary of State site, and they will walk you through the process. And I also feel like it's important to understand how to get your business registered so that you understand the documents that you have. You just want to be educated on these things. So take advantage of what is free for you, and then get your business registered. They also have videos on the website as well that will walk you through that process. I know oftentimes people go online to look and book people. Look, go to your Secretary of State site. That's all I can tell you. The other thing would be, once you have your business registered, you do want to make sure you have your tax ID or your EIN. You can get this for free as well. I'm going to make sure I put that website link right there. What I have found is when people get their EIN number, some people say, oh, I paid for it. I'm just like, that's supposed to be free. So you would need this for tax purposes. This is how you file your taxes for your business. If you don't have it, make sure you go ahead and get that, and just make note that it is free. The other thing is, you do want to make sure that you understand what licenses and permits you need for your business. And once again, you can find all of this information on your Secretary of State site. So any type of business that you have, once you get your LLC registered and you understand the type of services and products that you would provide, this is where you can go to your Secretary of State and find that information based off of your business. If you are at a point where you're like, I still don't know the permits I need, then this is where you can call the 800 number or even email them, and they will tell you for free. The other thing will be to open a business bank account, and this is like one of the last things that you would need. You want to make sure that you separate your funding for your business and your personal assets. I don't believe in commingling funds. So once you understand that you have a business, you need to run it as a business, right? So make sure that you do that so that you have paper trail. Okay, and you would need that in case, in the sense that, let's say you get audited by the IRS, and they're trying to understand, like, why is she doing, or he, commingling funds in their personal bank account. So you need to have a separate bank account for your business. There's several bank accounts that I would suggest. One of them is Chase. Is perhaps one of my favorites. There's some great credit unions out there and stuff that you can look into, but I'll have a link down for you below if you want to check out some of my favorite banks that I recommend. The other thing will be like your DUNS number. Now, your DUNS number is for your credit profile history, and this is where you can start building business credit. Now, you don't have to jump into getting your DUNS, but I would highly suggest you look into it, because as a business, when I first started, I didn't know anything about getting a DUNS number. And what happened was I was using a lot of my own personal funds to get my business going. And I didn't know that you can build business credit. I was using my own credit. So once I understood that you can build business credit, this is where it was like I was able to take my business up a notch, because now I had access to more capital. Look into building your business credit. If you go to DUNS, if you go to dnb.com, this is for Duns and Bradstreet. This is where you can start building your business credit and get that number for your business. Okay, and there's all types of amazing business credit cards. I'm going to link some of my favorites down below, just some that I recommend, because with the credit companies that I'm with, they're really amazing and they provide really great resources. So I'm really big on not just giving me money, but what resources do I have access to after I sign up with you, right? And I know with American Express and Chase, these are like a couple of my favorites that I am signed up with. So once again, I'll link down below the exact card that I have that you guys could look into. All right, so once again, those are the main things to get. There are some other things that you can look for, such as like your domain, making sure that you have your domain name together, your social media handle, and the whole nine. But the top 10 plus things that I just mentioned, those would be the main things to get you started. One, getting your EIN and your DUNS number, your business bank account, and registering your business. Like all of that you need to do as you're getting started. And there's some other things to look into. I might have to put it on my website for you guys so you can have a downloadable, just so you can have some more information in the palm of your hand. So this is what I'm going to do. If you sign up to my website newsletter, which is creatorlife.com, all you have to do is put your email in, and I will be able to send you a download for the list of things you need for different business entity. And this is going to be free for you. So it's going to have stuff like your profit and loss sheet. And you're probably thinking like, what is that? See, I'm going to have all of that information for you in this document. So sign up to my newsletter. Make sure you subscribe, and that's pretty much what you need to get started. And make sure you do the trademark search. Now, you can do it on your own. However, make sure you have another source that could check names for you, because you don't want to do any mistakes and have hiccups in the future. But that's the main thing, you guys. That's what you need to get your business started. I have been able to turn my YouTube channel into a business entity. I have several other legal entities, and I teach this to other creators. So if you're not already subscribed, make sure you do so. Make sure you sign up to my website newsletter, creatorlife.com. And also, make sure you turn on your bell so you do not miss an upload here on my channel. Thank you all for watching, and I catch you all next time. Bye. Okay, I totally forgot, but if you want information on getting access to more funding, one site that you can look into is grants.gov. This will allow you to see the grants that are available. You would usually have to be registered as an LLC to apply for those grants. So that's why getting your business registered is super crucial. And then also SBA.gov, they are always showing or giving out grants there in different programs that you can look into. And then I have a list of other grants that you can just connect with me, and then I'll give you additional resources beyond what I shared here on my social handle. But if you go to grants.gov, they have over 100 plus grants listed there, and that's access to funding for you. I do have my business credit guide, so if you want to go ahead and get that, it should be under the video right here. And that way you will have pretty much the blueprint to building business credit and getting funding from lenders, vendors, and the whole nine. All right, so I'm officially leaving now. I'm like, I can't believe it. I didn't tell them about the funding. So just make sure you go ahead and check out those sites, and then also check out my business credit guide. All right, I'm out of here for sure. All right, bye.